Nice light crunch on the outside. Soft, light, and fluffy on the inside. Hi everyone, welcome to JUENFO Kitchen, where we just enjoy food. So let's enjoy some Jamaican fried dumplings. The ingredients that we have here are all-purpose flour, and this does not have to be sifted or anything. Sugar, I find that granulated sugar works best. Salt, baking powder, butter, and this is unsalted, and cold water, as in water from your fridge. As you can see, simple, basic, straightforward ingredients. The results are in the technique. We're going to start by incorporating all the dry ingredients into the flour. And we want to make sure that we mix those in really well. We want them to be evenly distributed. Next, we're going to add in the butter. And I just cubed it up in order for it to be able to incorporate in the flour a lot easier. With clean hands, of course, we're going to rub the butter into the flour. And we do so by, kind of breaking this up in between your fingers. And just rub that into the flour like so. So when we're done, the flour should resemble fine breadcrumbs. And once we're done incorporating our butter, we mix that well into the flour. After that's done, we're going to gradually add our water into our flour and start bringing that together. Be sure not to pour all of it at once. And once our dough is formed, we're going to start kneading. So when you're done kneading, this should be the texture of your dough. It should be a little bit sticky. If your dough comes out a little bit too wet, just sprinkle in a little bit of flour and knead that in. So now we're going to cover our dough with a damp paper towel. You can use either a damp paper towel like I am doing here, or you could use a clean damp dish towel. Either one will work. And we want this to rest for at least 30 minutes in a nice cool area of our kitchen. Why? We want that gluten to relax, so when we fry up our dumplings, the outside will have a nice light crunch and the inside will be nice and soft. The longer you're able to make your dough rest, the better. You could even let it rest overnight. But bear in mind though, before you fry it, you want to remove it from the fridge and let it come to room temperature. Our dough is done resting. And the first thing I'm going to do is to divide this in half. So when I was planning on doing this video, I was torn between whether I should show you the deep fried or shallow fried method. And then I figured, why not do both and let you guys choose which method works best for you. So I doubled the ingredients in order to show you guys both methods. So the recipe that you'll see linked below is just for one batch. You're gonna be needing some extra flour to help you to roll your dumplings. And I recommend you first divide your dough for the amount of dumplings that you want. So that way, when you start rolling your dumplings, you won't come up short. Alright, so I managed to get 8. If you're more comfortable rolling them on your surface, you can go ahead and do that. I like to roll them in my palm. So first, I just roll into a golf ball. And then just flatten into a disc shape. Nothing too fancy. So some people will bring everything to the center like this. And then they form. And then they form the dough. Either way will work. And you want to make sure that the sizes are even. So I'm going to be demonstrating the shallow fry method first, and this is how most households would do theirs. So in my frying pan here, I have about 1.5 cups of vegetable oil, and I'm going to slowly heat this up. Now when you're doing fried dumplings, you don't want your oil to be too hot. I know that this might sound counterintuitive to frying, but what will happen is that your dumplings are gonna fry too quickly and the inside is still gonna be raw. And don't worry, they're not gonna be saturated with oil. So there's no thermometer to do a temperature check to know if your oil is ready. So what you simply do is to just take a piece of your dough, drop that into your oil, and you want to see the bubbles slowly forming like this, and you know that your oil is perfect. Now when you're frying, you're gonna have to keep regulating your heat. So you want to keep your flame between low and medium low and adjust if necessary. And as you can see, they're slowly starting to fry. This is what we want. My flame is currently on medium low, and I will be adjusting when necessary. So these take about 5 minutes per side to fry up, and it's okay if you turn them more than once. So now I'm gonna start turning these at the 3-minute mark. As I said before, guys, it's okay if you flip them more than once. That's perfectly fine. And remember to adjust your flame if necessary. Your dumplings should fry up slowly. Alright, so our first batch is done using the shallow fry method, and these took a total of 12 minutes. And just look how nice and beautiful and golden these look, guys. And as you can see, it's almost the same amount of oil that's left in the pot. So the dumplings are not heavily saturated with the oil, as I mentioned earlier. Now we are moving on to the deep fried method. And this is how you'll find like the restaurants will mainly do their fried dumpling. So same as before, we're slowly heating up our oil. How do we know if our oil is ready? Same as before, take a little piece of your dough, drop it in, and it should sink to the bottom. And as it fries, it floats very slowly to the top. Remember to keep your flame between low and medium low. So now I'm gonna drop in my dumplings. I have the same amount as before, 8. And I'm gonna be doing these in batches because my pot here is a bit small. So now that they are floated to the top, I'm going to increase my flame to medium-low and allow them to continue frying. Remember to keep adjusting your temperature when necessary. And keep rotating them every couple of minutes until they're done frying. Now these fried up in 10 minutes. I had less in my pot, so they took a little less time to fry. Also, if you're going to be frying them in batches like I did, wait until your oil cools down a little before you add the next batch. And as you can see, it's the same as with the other method. The oil is still pretty much the same, so our dumplings didn't soak up too much of that oil when we were frying. So now we have deep fried and shallow fried. Nice light crunch on the outside. Soft, light and fluffy on the inside. Nice light crunch on the outside. Soft, light and fluffy on the inside. And by the way, I shaped the dough for both methods the same. It's the method of frying that actually determines the shape. So I hope you guys have perfectly fried dumplings from now on. Leave in the comments below which method of frying is your favorite or which one you plan on trying. Tag me on Instagram at JUENFO_. I would love to see how yours turn out. If you liked the video and found it to be helpful, like, share and subscribe, and let's stay connected on all my other socials. Links are in the description below. Thanks for watching, and until next time, live life to the fullest and just enjoy food.